Hello and welcome. My name is Rotator Conex, also known as Matthew. If you would like to know how to spell either of those, you can check my name just above the description below this video. It has been quite some time since I last recorded one of these videos. As of the time of this recording, I have been starting to upload the videos that have been in my backlog again, but once I get to the previous episode, which I think is actually going to be uploaded tonight, I haven't been recording in over 4 months. The last time I recorded was in September. It is now early February. The reason for this has to do with a Discord bot that I have been working on since I've kind of lost traction on this game. The bot in question is for a mobile game called Fire Emblem Heroes, and it allows you to look up data on characters and on skills and on everything that I can shove into a single bot, all in one bot. There was another bot for this game, and I didn't start out competing with this bot. In fact, the two of us coexisted for a while, and in some senses, technically do still coexist. The developer of what other people considered my rival bot, around mid-June, late July, mid-June, early July, late July, I don't exactly remember when, was having some depression spawned by the fact that he or she, I think they're a girl, had just been laid off from their job. And so I'm just going to call her she, didn't really have the motivation to keep her bot up to date. Meanwhile, there was me learning how the game's mechanics worked, figuring out, how to code everything I could into a new bot. And so basically, I was in the right place at the right time. I exploded in popularity. I think as of this recording, I am in 813 servers. And at my rival bot's peak, I heard that they were in 701 servers. But in all honesty, it was just, I was there to fill the gap. I did have a minor scuffle with the mods of one major server, and they don't like using my bot because it runs off my laptop instead of off of a Google hosted server. But we've come to an understanding. I misunderstood where their objection was coming from. They kind of implied that it, when they said no, they kind of implied that it had to do with their interpretation of my attitude, and I was trying to fix their interpretation of my attitude. But in all honesty, all I needed to do to fix my interpretation of their attitude was to stop trying. And my bot isn't in their server because they still have the objection to my bot being on my laptop. But I'm still seeing massive success. And so, in some cases, this bot has been eating a lot of my time. But when I'm working on it, it is big. It is very fulfilling. And I feel like I had that feeling when I originally worked on Pokemon Entropy. Which is funny because Pokemon Entropy was what taught me the Ruby language. And now my bot is written in Ruby. So in some ways, this bot is the successor to Pokemon Entropy, despite being Fire Emblem. Now, Pokemon Entropy has some features that are very, very Fire Emblem inspired. And so I feel like Fire Emblem and Pokemon have always been a part of my identity as a bot developer. As a just software developer. And even the bot, even though it's a Fire Emblem Heroes bot, I still have some Pokemon influences. There is, in Fire Emblem Heroes, there's natures. Everybody in the Fire Emblem Heroes community tries to call them IVs, and I refuse to let them call them IVs. They are natures, because they fulfill the exact same niche that natures do in Pokemon. They raise one stat, and they lower another. And, like, what gets raised and what gets lowered, the difference becomes more pronounced as you level up. And my bot, when it displays the nature of your character, when you, like, type in specific stats like plus attack, minus resistance, I use Pokemon nature names. So, in the Pokemon part of my software development career, I hesitate to call it a career because I don't actually receive any money for it. In the Pokemon portion of my software development, there are things that are very clearly inspired by Fire Emblem, and in the Fire Emblem portion of my software development career, I have some things that are very clearly Pokemon inspired. So the two are almost very intrinsically meshed in my development, especially because Pokemon allowed me to learn, and Fire Emblem allowed me to succeed. I could very well use my bot to advertise Entropy. But I probably will not do so. There might be, at some point, like a command, hey, if you like this bot, here's this other bot that my coder, my developer used or created. But again, that's going to be a Fire Emblem bot, one for Awakening and Fates. I don't think I'll ever say, hey, my developer's working on a Pokemon fan game. You want to check it out? Here's his YouTube channel where he shows debug videos. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm going to do that. I could. Now, one thing that hasn't changed in the 4 months is that I suck at what is the word? I suck at concluding videos. So I'm just going to say that I have been talking literally about why recording this series has gone on a hiatus. I have literally just been talking about that for 10 minutes and 38 seconds. So I'm just going to leave this one here as like a podcast channel update type vid.